I'll make the scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You think so?
By harassing.
So, hello everybody on
Yes, you're
YouTube.
harassing.
Decided to go
You
live.
guys been using for
Call the
the
chief.
Bylaw
Chief
Officer
call the mayor. I
Abram
need to talk to them.
here
We can
harassing
end this today. We can end this today.
a person with a megaphone because
I am not in
he
control
wants
of
he
nobody.
wants he wants to be a tyrant.
Stop using the megaphone. It's as simple as that.
It's not a law.
Huh?
It's not a law.
And if you're not going to stop using the megaphones, you'll be fine.
All right. You're dismissed. Thank you very much.
You need to leave. Be about your business now. You're dismissed.
Thank you very much.
You're dismissed.
Have a good day.
Well,
You were dismissed, sir. Leave.
you're dismissing me?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we're in the ball. We're paying tax. So
Who pays your salary?
Take a note.
Who pays your salary there, Abram?
We're not dangerous.
The public pays for your salary through the taxes. And we, the public, are dismissing you. You're dismissed.
You can't dismiss me.
Excuse
Violation, you can't dismiss me.
Oh, so he's using a violation rule against somebody who has a megaphone. But yet, when the Palestinians are marching up and down the roads, yelling "Free Palestine," they're standing on the side of the road, watching them go and do it.
You know, Sheriff, what she does to you guys? Yeah, we're not like that. We don't want to be like that. We never been like that. The only time we've been maybe a little bit rowdy is when you come in and harass us like this.
Now,
Like
what are you going to do?
So we don't need
What are you
that.
going to do when this thing
We're
fires
doing our
up?
business. You're doing
Am I
your
harassing?
business.
Listen, what are you going to do when this thing fires up? You going to
Yeah.
go in there and shut that down? You going to go in there and shut
How am I
that down?
harassing you?
Those speakers are going to be 10 times
I
the
feel
volume of
harassed.
this.
I feel harassed.
How are you-
I've been doing this
harassing us.
for so
You've
long.
done it before.
It's harassing.
You've done it
We spoke
before.
about this, me and you.
I'm professional in my job.
Yeah, it's time to leave.
Please be same as you.
Interfering with the public demonstration.
Right?
There's volumes on this.
We've had
That's
this we've had this talk a lot of times.
I don't know why
Sorry
you
for
told me
the
that.
clicking on the other video that's going to be going up
Yeah,
later.
We don't need this.
I was recording
We
with
don't
my
need this.
still camera, but I decided to bring up my phone and go live just because he's sitting here harassing a gentleman who's not even on a megaphone at the moment, but yet he won't.
That's another threat.
We must
Thank
be
you very much.
peace.
Have a good day.
Peaceful.
Good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You're dismissed.
Oh, he's leaving. He's
Yeah,
leaving.
He's
thanks,
leaving.
Salvo. Salvo, yes, sir. Tell him to go. We're good. Guys, that
No,
didn't say.
leave. No, leave. No, now you're harassing again. Leave, please. Please, bro, please. Please. We just want him out of here. That's all we want. No, the longer
Get
you
him out
talk,
of
the
here.
more he's just going to stand here. Please don't say anything. Golly, get the fuck out of here. Jesus
Let him take his walk of shame. Let him take his walk of shame.
Bro, can you just not?
Yeah, let him take his walk of shame. Because he didn't win this battle, he lost.
Yeah, we know what we're doing.
It's not a battle. Why you guys say it's a battle?
Oh yeah, it's a battle.
Huh?
Friends, can we just have our own conversation? He's not involved.
No battle.
Take your walk of shame. Come on, you're done. You're dismissed.
So it's just a pub. This is where we get
Not
Megaphones are
contract.
used.
No contract.
Come back. And you guess what happens?
Yeah. Yeah, we know what's
Don't
going to
listen
happen.
to him. We're not, bro, we never had this
You're gonna get a
conversation.
fine for
He's
it.
contracting.
Right?
He wants to get a response out of you. Right? But don't say nothing. We never had this conversation. We're not having a conversation.
Inciting.
We're not, yes, that's right. We're not having a conversation. We're not having a conversation.
Strike, focus, make a reaction.
Please leave. You're interfering with the public demonstration. You're breaking the law.
People want to stop and talk to us, please. Yeah.
We're going to
Please,
file a
please.
notice of a claim for a liability.
Well, they're
We're
not
gonna
going to
file
stop
a
and talk
notice
to
of
you.
a claim for a liability. That's what we're going to do. If he doesn't leave, filing a notice of a claim for a liability, interfering with the public demonstration, interfering with the most rudimentary, fundamental level of a democracy, which is to be able to stand up in your right, pledge your grievance against this government. That's our conversation, not his. He is interfering with that process. He needs to leave.
Please.
Leave, please. You're interfering. You need to leave. Go. Go.
Just hanging out with you
Go.
guys.
You're not hanging out with us. You're unwelcome here.
If We're free to sit
He
here
is
and
unwelcome
speak
here.
with each other.
This is
We're free to
harassment.
stand here as well, right?
This is harassment. Well, then pick up the fucking book and read it from cover to cover.
Huh?
Take it.
Read the book.
I don't feel
Take
like
it.
reading right now.
No,
They're
of course
reading
I
it.
get
No,
that.
because-
No,
Huh?
this is for people
Wait
that are
until
aware.
that's over.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Leave.
Why wait?
Don't talk.
Why people are waiting to stand up?
Leave.
Waiting for what?
Please leave. You're interfering.
Waiting for what?
You are interfering with a public demonstration. You're interfering. You're breaking the law. Please.
How you doing, sir?
Before I leave, I'll
Please.
make a phone.
Leave.
I want to come back.
Please. Leave.
Take your walk of shame. Take your walk of shame.
Alright. 15 minutes are done now.
Yeah, you got his 15 minutes of fame.
Absolutely.
I went live.
Everybody
I went live.
We
Yeah.
got a three different point of view of this.
Plus, I'm filming. Plus, I'm filming on this too.
Talk to them.
But
And then you're
this time,
gonna
they only
fucking
sent
try to
one
zoom in
by
here.
himself.
And I'm gonna go back over and make sure Miss Patty saw, right?
And say enough is enough.
Oh no, she was on her megaphone earlier too, but yet he stood here and yelled at you about a megaphone when she was on a megaphone. Hello, everybody in the chat. I don't know who's there. I can't see. Sorry. I am live right now on YouTube. Oh, now I gotta wait to cross the street. But now this bylaw was going over, crying to Blondie, the liaison officer. They yelled at me. They yelled at me. I got my 15 minutes of fame though on their YouTubes. I got my 15 minutes of fame. I'm going to be on YouTube. Blondie, I'm going to be on YouTube. You got to watch me on YouTube. I'm gonna walk over to this crosswalk. Oh, I got a crosswalk. Oh yeah, I'll walk over this crosswalk. Just, yeah, I know, and I apologize for the video that's gonna be up later because I'm kind of sort of filming randomness right now on the other camera. But I'm walking back across the street to keep an eye on one of our other people. Well, he came over and was talking to Danny and warning him about a megaphone. And the whole time he's warning over the megaphone, here you are talking on your megaphone. So he didn't come over and talk to you, obviously.
No, he better not, because I read him the court order that oversees over their bylaws. They put bylaws in here just to try to shut freedom of speech down in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Just like they put bills in.
Yeah.
How can a treasonous government continue to put bills in?
Exactly.
And how can they put bylaws that don't suit, like an Ontario Superior Court judge ruled? We can be on a megaphone.
I think that my honest opinion is I'm really starting to think that they write everything in pencil, so they can change it at will.
I've actually handed him the.
Oh, sorry, Pooh.
Order. Well, they gave me a $490 ticket penalty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. Yeah. I do. So I am recording live and I am recording on my still camera just because there are police around and I was over there for keep. Yeah.
4 or 5 of us here, we got to have 3 police officers in a bylaw.
Yeah.
Get away.
Exactly.
On those Canadians right now. She likes to be in the center.
Oh, I know. She's, by the way, just so my live knows, she's talking about her little dog Pooh here. one of our many freedom doggies. Beautiful little girl. So lovable.
Don't run away. Maybe you see your friend, you run away. Okay? Her name is Pooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You watch, you guard my chocolate while I'm gone, okay? Okay?
Guard the chalk, Pooh.
Yeah, you guard the chocolate. Yeah, thank you.
And I went live when I was over there. I just figured I'd keep the live going while I came back over here to cover your back, Patty. Because I know bylaw, they got a bylaw officer around here, so I know he's going to try to come over and say something. And just for those who'll be watching the other video later, this is the guard dog of the chalk, Pooh.
Oh, here's another little enforcer. Just doing my job. Just doing my job.
No, he just heard there was a
You okay with the man exposing himself in our in change rooms? That's cool with you now?
They just heard people were live on YouTube and they want to come up and get their 15 minutes of fame. That's all.
A swimming pool? That's where you get paid time and a half?
All right, I'm going to turn that off. Turning the other camera off right now, so I'm not recording on the other camera, but I am still live on my phone.
them out and mad at them because they come out here like thugs on Canadians. There's only 5 of us here and we already got 2 bylaw vehicles,
Yeah.
2 police cars, 3 police officers. Mostly watching us, not even watching like what the, you would think they were hired to come here for this,
The indigenous,
but they're too busy going after like Canadian citizens or little ones that are speaking here today. 5 of us.
5 of us,
We
right?
always speak. It's not like we're in a new spot or anything. It's where we always are.
Exactly. We're always in the same spot.
Look at this. You got little grandchildren here? Like granddaughter or wife? Oh yeah. You made our country unsafe for with those sexual revolutions involving a 50-year-old man. That's why a girl swims to. Now roll up the window. You made our country unsafe. You're allowing a man to say that he's a woman who's close to our children. You think we're going to stand there and say it's okay in our country? This sexual orientation gender ideology? Laugh about it. Laugh about it. Our children are not safe under you guys. You're allowing a man, Nicholas Anita, aka Melody White, in Waterloo on a girl's swim team. Shake your head, laugh, sir. It's not a fun laughing matter in our country. Our girls are not safe because of you guys. And all you compliers. Upholding this treason in our country is a hot.
Live from Ottawa.
No heroism in your jobs. No honor either. You're
Right now up on Parliament Hill live. We've been having some incidences up here with bylaw and police being a little bit of aggressive and bully and telling protesters they can't protest. They can't use we're not allowed to use megaphones or speakers apparently. But yet we've been up here many times doing it and they haven't said a word. And today they just decide to do that. Oh, I know. I saw it. I don't know if the live saw it or not, Patty, but that's what he did. He went. like that, in front of Patty. So she's wetting her chalk, everybody, just so it's good to use. It's a little trick, chalk writing 101, just for everybody out there. If you're ever going to do anything on chalk on the sidewalk, wet it a little bit before you use it. It adheres better. And that came from a chalk artist.
Chalk artist gave it to me.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. A chalk artist told you, and you do it because the chalk artist told you. That's how the best way to do it. Just so everybody knows, I am in Ottawa, live on Parliament Hill. Just keeping an eye on one of our freedom fighter grandmas that is a chalk artist as well. She does a lot of chalk writing.
She likes to chat a lot.
And yeah, she's a very chatty woman. But we don't hold that against her. Oh.
You have courage today?
Don't.
You have courage today?
So two of the liaison officers getting in their vehicle. They don't want to be famous on YouTube.
Or is it shift change?
That could be it too. Could be a shift change. They tend to do that to us. They tend to do that a lot. Shift changes. I don't think they want to be famous on YouTube, though. That's my opinion. You guard the chalk poo? And here's a chalk guard. Don't mess with a chalk guard.
This way I get my water intake.
Yeah. Yeah. Should have grabbed my bottle when I was over the other side there, but oh well. Water is in my bottle, people. Just so you don't think I'm doing something I shouldn't be.
I was on my megaphone.
Well, that was the funniest part. You were standing there. I could see you in the background on the camera, and you were talking away on the megaphone, and the bylaw officer was yelling at Danny for talking on the megaphone earlier, and here you are while he's yelling at Danny talking on the megaphone. Yeah, I'd say it's a shift change. They're done. They're leaving. Bye. Bye. Go kick some snow. Or go get Tim Hortons coffee. I'll take a double dark roast if you're doing a coffee run. Maybe they'll be nice and bring us coffee. Well, they bring the oh no, that's right. We're not Palestinians.
I think at some point I'm hoping, honestly, on a serious note, that they rise up and will protect their children. Craziness. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean. And there are, and I will say this from conversations, because I mean I have no problem talking to the ones that, show me respect and come up to me and talk to me like a person as opposed to yelling. And I'll say it this way, Blondie can be, but he also, but the thing is though, he can also be a thug when he wants to be.
I don't think he's for the country. I think he's all for his
Paycheck. He's all about it.
position.
Oh yeah.
He wants a higher position than where he is, so
Yeah.
he's doing.
Well, it's like he said to. Well, you were there when I was talking to him when I first came up, and he literally said too that. Oh, I don't like being up here at all. I'd sooner be somewhere else. So that tells me right off the bat that he doesn't even agree with what we're doing. But yet, you know, he will be. I will give Blondie credit where credit is due. At least when he does come up to you, he doesn't come up yelling and screaming. He comes up to you. He talks very civil to you. And
Snake.
oh no, I'm not.
You know the game Snakes and Ladders?
Yeah.
In this town? It's played very well.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of police officers are snakes. They all talk nice to you, like
Yeah.
they're carrying. And then the next minute around, they're right there when you got to be cattled or
Oh yeah.
or tased.
Oh, yeah.
Or waved at you or
Yeah.
So no, I lost respect for guys like that. That's
Yeah.
what Blondie is. Sorry, you crossed the line once.
Well, no,
They already did. And
Yeah,
they showed-
I know.
I've seen him in court. I've heard him in his testimony.
Oh, I have. I've never seen him in court in his testimonies, but I've heard.
He was for the crown.
And I will say this. He's nice to your face, but yet the thing is, he's like one of my. He's like what one of the officers back where I'm from said. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. No, to quote an officer from that I know from my hometown. I'm a dick, and that's what Blondie is. He's a dick, but civil to your face when he when he thinks he's doing when he thinks he's getting good.
He's just doing the public experience.
Yeah.
We don't care about children. We doesn't care about protecting. When they allow a man says he feels like he's a woman, they're not protecting children. That's what they're allowing them on 50-year-old who's born in Ontario. So I'm a great grandma, and I'm here for my grandchildren, and that's why I write this message. This has got to stop in our country.
And the commissioner walking away, just not even not.
She agrees with me.
You think she agrees with you?
Yeah, she does. She nodded in agreement.
Yeah.
You know, there are some that I do know the
Yeah.
ones that are better than nice ones. They won't report you.
Yeah.
They won't say, I'm just doing my job. They won't attack you. They just,
Yeah. But like I said,
those are the ones.
Yeah.
Blondie, I'm sorry, he's not one of them.
No, he's not. He pretends to be though. He pretends he is. He's one of the great pretenders.
Just like I said.
He's one of the great pretenders. Yeah. I mean, I can count, Patty, I can count on one hand on how many police officers on the Ottawa Police Force I actually do respect. And I don't even need a full hand to count it.
I'm like one that would take my report of a crime of what happened to me because I have I've tried probably a dozen officers.
Yeah.
And they all just went,
Yeah.
let me go online. He said it's a year old. I said I've been trying for a year to report it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know.
I come to find out they're not even police officers on the hill. They've been telling me for months that they're police officers.
No, they're a glorified security company.
Yep. And they still they go by, on the disclosures that I got, they got constable and, they got like police officer names. So I said, where's the code of conduct? Like, do you follow under Ottawa, like the Ontario Police Act? No, they don't fall under that.
No, they don't.
Do you fall under the RCMP? No, they don't fall under that.
No, they fall under. They're
Who do you fall under? Oh, we have our own.
They have their own. So they're basically a glorified security company.
That's right. So they should be held accountable and charged accordingly. And any police officer that doesn't is actually breaching his code of conduct, not taking my report under Section 22 of the Code of Conduct. Because I've read it and I found it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They have they're even like when they arrest you, so if you resist, they can only force that much resistance on you. Okay, so it's got to kind of match to what you're doing.
Yeah.
I was non-resistant.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally. I was there. I was there the day.
Yeah,
I was there that day.
So it never matched. So
Yeah.
they even breached the code of conduct on
Yeah.
that, and then they breached the code of conduct of health, not my health and safety. They didn't. They had disregard for my health and safety. And what got me was on their disclosure that they gave me, by their own admission, they admit that those back seats have very poor air circulation. So why would you put someone handcuffed, a senior citizen,
Who's asthmatic?
who's suffering an asthma, back into that same condition? To me, that's a criminal offense.
Mm-hmm.
And that none of them will take it. And I said by their own admission of guilt, they admitted that there's poor air circulation in these units.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Well, I mean, even these units over here, these police units, even these police units right here, and there's Blondie the snake walking away from his car. But even those units, I can tell you from my own personal experience of being detained for saying I wanted to take a couple camera shots of the Prime Minister.
Oh yeah.
Detaining me in the back of the squad car. Believe me, I can tell you from my own experience. I'm not asthmatic, but I found it hard to breathe in it.
Well, try on the back of the PPS vehicle, because of they carry rifles, and during COVID they put in like a single seat plexiglass.
Yeah.
So it's like half the size of the seat. So you step in, you're in like a little box.
Yeah.
That's bad, and it's plus 26 out.
Yeah, that day was plus 26. So yeah.
So and I remember, I remember being soaking wet, and I remember feeling like I was going to pass out in that car seat.
Oh no,
I knew I was not going to. I was not going to die alone with my children so far away from me, and nobody knowing where I was.
Well, yeah, but you also have to remember though too, Patty. There was enough of us around too that.
Yeah, but not on the drive to this second location.
No.
I never felt safe until you guys were back again.
Yeah.
Only then did I feel safe. The only time I ever felt safe was when you guys were video. And to this day, they would I couldn't even get a disclosure out of them.
No, and they won't, and they won't give you one.
I did get one.
Oh, you did get one.
Yeah, I got one, and this is why I'll show you. You want to see this is funny.
Yeah, no worries, Patty.
That's why I went up to the police officer today.
Sorry, I'm getting a smoke out of my chin, people. She's getting a piece of paper ready to show the disclosure.
See this disclosure? This is the disclosure that I had, but I don't want you to get my name in there or whatever.
Yeah, no, I've got it far enough back that people can't see it, so
anyways,
they can see it, but they can't read it.
They stuck a piece of paper over here, and they covered it up, so I don't see nothing in here. So it's called, this is redacted, that is piece of paper covered. And I believe that was the incident that they had earlier in the day that would give them grounds to come after me. And I believe they ID'd me. And I even have an article where Ottawa Police Services has done nothing bad for doing that. And
oh yeah,
for misiding.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean the person that they suppose I won't give the name because it is somebody that's on our side that they mis-ID'd you as, but they even mis-ID her as Dana Sharif on the Hill a couple times.
Yeah.
So
anyways, even on here, this is how it starts out. Patricia Wood took her megaphone and yelled, anti-government rhetoric. Anti-government rhetoric. Isn't that discrimination?
Well, yeah.
And you know what I yelled? Hey Trudeau, why'd you roll the vaccine out like a China government? Canadians want to know. That's all I got out before I hid behind you.
Yeah.
Tried to use you as a bodyguard.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, I don't have a problem showing my face. I'll just switch the camera here quick. I am not a small man, and I mean Patty is a very small woman, and she's literally was hiding behind me.
I tried dipping behind him, and they grabbed me, and then they reached around and grabbed me, and there was hands all over me. I was like so many, you know what I mean? I
can post the video anytime. I still have it. I haven't posted on my YouTube channel. If anybody wants to see it, just drop a message in the chat and or comment it.
I do have a from another person, girl, that videoed it. I got 4 parts, and then another person gave me some, and I got 2 parts. And I got.
And
the
I gave you some too, but I
Yeah.
didn't, you know.
And I got the video, and it wasn't all of it though.
Yeah.
That's what I need, is the whole thing. And then I got the video from earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Where that. And then even on here, this is page 2. They covered up even on page 2. They
Yeah,
went
as you can see, yeah, they covered parts
Here,
of it
this
up.
doesn't cover my name, so you're fine on here.
Yeah, well,
So-
yeah, but
and-
as far as
and
about back, somebody's gonna zoom in on their
Yeah.
phone to read it.
And this is what gets me, is some of the stuff that they say, okay? And I'm going to read some of the stuff they say. They say, okay, for instance, they say, okay, let me see. I want to read something here. Get to it. Okay, a few more individuals associated with the convoy movement arrived near the VSF and were stationed at the other side of the Bank Street, filming the intervention. They were very antagonizing and verbally aggressive.
Well, why wouldn't we
I
be?
then advised the situation and was afraid the situation would potentially escalate. So then when they released me, they clipped me.
Which of course they're just spreading false information.
Here is.
Because
Can you see his hand on my head there?
Yeah.
That's when he pushed me back in after an asthma attack back into the back seat.
I
And
remember
if you
I was
notice
there.
this video, it's going right there, okay?
Yeah.
And I want to show it people or whatever, right? But okay, and then this is the bruises, just to show
Bruises to her wrist
from when they pressure pointed on my arm.
pressure point,
They grabbed me.
pressure point, and the cuffs.
Yeah, and now this is from the cuffs where they clipped me. Right immediately after, you can see the red mark. I went into the bathroom and did it. Okay.
And I've covered this.
And this is me when they give me a drink of water. I have to stay in handcuffs.
Yeah.
I'm such a threat. They have to continue to keep me in handcuffs. Handcuffs, right? Then this is this is the Ottawa Police Services. This is his report when he comes in and he rewrites his report. I don't think it has my name on it.
No,
anyway.
it doesn't.
It doesn't, okay?
Yeah.
But this is what he gets. First of all, he says that I didn't leave when they tell you to. And you're not. You're allowed to protest. They can't just come and say, you go.
Yeah.
And if you make a scene, you'll be arrested.
Yeah.
What's a scene? Like, to me, a scene would be violence or a motion forward or, something like that. But I stayed in the grass area. I was in the area where I was supposed to be, allowed to be, as per the rules. And then here they said right here is nothing in here about my medical, nothing about an asthma attack, nothing about denial of water, nothing about clipping me, nothing. Only that I yelled continuously and I was wearing a freedom fighter shirt. Crazy, eh?
Yeah, crazy.
And I can't get it. And this is here is the code of conduct of a police officer, right?
Yeah,
And even here, a code of conduct, a police officer, this is what I was saying, the force, unless the force is no more than is necessary given the circumstances. Here is one is the health, and your health right here. A police officer shall not neglect the health or safety of an individual who is in their custody as a result of the officer's duties. And they did. They denied.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, I can say starting out. I'm an independent journalist, independent media. That's what I do. But I mean, the thing is, I've also done a lot of cop watching and done that, and that's the code. That code of conduct is something they're supposed to follow.
Yep.
It's their rules. It's the rules they're supposed to abide by. It's like a hockey game. Yeah. The goalie can't come out of the net and shoot a goal. It's against the rules.
This here is the girl going in my purse, getting my asthma puffer out, and hands it off to males. Males only dealt with me. She stood off on the side and only did a search on me. And she handed my puffer off to a male.
Yeah.
And it took almost 50 seconds to get to me from her. And how many males? There was 4 males in front of me.
4 or 5. From memory, 4 or 5.
When I read the disclosure, The one that said to me he wouldn't unhandcuff me. No, do I want my puffer or not? Well, the one that sprayed in my mouth was a different guy. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's not right.
Yeah. Exactly. No, it's not right at all. It's not right at all.
Criminal offense. Criminal.
Well, that's the thing, and I mean, and unfortunately, they don't wear body cams, which they should be, to be held accountable. I will say this. Yeah, well, exactly. You could have died.
I could have died. And
Yeah.
you know, it could have been a homicide instead of a, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Could have been a homicide going on instead of, you know.
Yep. Especially when they shove you in that heat box and think
Yeah.
that, well, you're suffering an asthma attack. That, you know, you can diagnose it. I had a RCMP officer said to me, oh, it didn't look like you had that bad of an asthma attack. He said, yeah, you tell someone you love that.
Well, I will say this from being a witness of it, and having family members that have had asthma or have asthma, I knew full well you were in a full-blown asthma attack, and I mean I was behind my camera freaking out.
You know what? I started having asthma attacks when I started wearing a mask because I complied, and when I took the injections, took 2 injections. And that's why I started really.
But the thing is though too, the reason why you took your injections was because you at the time thought that you were doing the right thing.
Yeah, well, I was afraid.
You were afraid, and
I was afraid because I had breast cancer, and I was afraid because I had cancer, and I had a 5-year battle with breast cancer, double mastectomy. So I was afraid, and then the second one I complied just till I could do things in my country, because China mandates ran out in our country. You take this injection or you lose your job. You take this injection and you can't go in a restaurant.
Or you can't get a job if you don't take it. Because that's what happened to me. I mean, I had just so my live knows, I've said it before on lives and stuff like that, but I will repeat it. I refused to take the vaccine because I didn't agree with it. By my body, my choice, and I had a chance for a job to work at a community radio station, and they wouldn't hire me. Why? Because I refused the vaccinations, and got kicked out of the current community radio station that I was working at because they didn't take the vaccination and refused to comply to wearing a mask. Yeah. And that's when that happened, and they both happened within a day of each other, and that's why I chose to become an independent media.
Did you work at a radio station?
I worked at a community. I volunteered at a community radio station. I'm fully qualified to be a program director at a radio.
Did you go to a radio station?
No, I went to community college. I took a course in applied media communication arts, which is the first stage of the course to take the radio television broadcasting course. I was going to go take the second part, but something told me not to. And had I taken it, it would have probably been right bang smack in the middle of the school during all the lockdowns. Losing my course because of the lockdowns. And but the thing is, I mean, I've worked in media since I was 16 years old. So I mean, I have the experience. I know you are. I know you are. I know you. Well, I'm wearing black, so. And of course, Brian, the trucker who never left over there talking about Fistman's fraud. For those of you that don't know, it is actually, oh, who got alerted? For those that don't know, Fistman's fraud is actually going to be coming up in Parliament, which is a really good thing. We've been told that by Larry Brock, I believe. He said it to Brian. I will take some of that, yeah. I will definitely have a puff.
treason. This house should crumble down. Are you a member of parliament? Always ask a man in suit.
Yeah, not from you.
Blue suit. Are you from France? No?
No.
Because they're here too, eh?
Sorry for the quick panning, but you know, this is what happens when you're on a.
Good day!
That's what happens when you're on a cell phone. And there's Blondie. Should call him Baldy. Not Blondie. Well, I mean, with a name like Blondie, you'd think he was a blonde, but he's not. He's bald. Got 3 watching. Wow, that's awesome. And then, of course, definitely for a lot of times for our safety, we keep walkie-talkies.
Gonna protect girls, Blondie? Criminal code 173, or you turn a blind eye? Kind of like turning a blind eye to the assault that I tried to get you to report. You know what bothers me? Is last week I had to see those guys on it. And one of them was the head honcho guy for last week.
Yeah.
He kept outing him. It bothered me to see him up there. It was like, you know what I mean? Well,
He triggered your post-traumatic stress.
big time.
Yeah.
Big time, because I've
Yeah.
had no accountability.
Yeah.
I've had none.
But they won't. That's the thing. They don't want to hold. They don't want to hold for accountability.
Reason? Okay, here is the reason.
Treason.
got the
You don't think
treason, the
should be
reason.
the reason? We should save Canada? And then I'm just going to say, treason is the reason. And I'm going to say girls are not safe under SOGI.
Mm-hmm.
End.
Yep.
And then I'm going to draw trucks all the way around, and I'm going to ask Canadians to put their messages in the trucks with their messages to our Prime Minister. And I'd like anybody who wants to put a message in. That's my goal.
There you go. So anybody that's seeing this that's in Ottawa, come up to the hill and write a message in the truck on the sidewalk in front of the By the way, it's just so everybody knows, this is the infamous building that the Prime Minister's office is in. So just letting anybody know. And of course, that is Parliament Hill right there in the background. But yeah, we're right in front of the Prime Minister's office. Patty's writing her little message here. And you might hear Denny, who was on the live a little earlier here, when the bylaw officer came over to him and said, "Don't use the megaphone. It's against the bylaw rules." But yet the thing is, here's the thing. It's always funny, and I even addressed it to him when I went live. You'll come and yell at a Canadian who's has a megaphone in hand. But yet, when the Palestinians are marching up and down the road, they don't do anything. They just stand on the side of the road and watch. Why? Of course, the bylaw. Of course, I gotta laugh. The bylaw. I go up and tell them they can't use the megaphone. I've been at many Palestinian protests, and I've never seen one bylaw officer walk up.
You know what I believe? I believe that they're purposely allowing those situations to get out of control so they can turn state police.
Oh yeah.
They did during the Emergency Act. They actually want to go hands-on Canadians. They really, really did. The Emergency Act, it's never been addressed. Ever has it been addressed what the police did to Canadians? You know what? In court, they're only addressing the mischief part. And they never talk ever. And I've noticed that because I've went to a lot of the court cases I've been going, and I noticed they never ever talk about the excessive force, the tactical unit that was used on peaceful communities. They never talk about it. It gets in and it's like, shut the camera off. That's what I see. Don't you?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
Why can't we address that?
well, from
They
you
have
know,
no trust in our country.
from an independent, like I said, I'm independent media, and I will always state that I'm independent media, an independent camera person, reporter, not a journalist.
Yeah.
Journalists write, reporters report. And basically, I will say this from my own personal experiences, right out in front of this building here on the other side, which I think we're going to be going around to at some point, because I plan on sticking by Patty here just to make sure she is safe and by law doesn't try to come over and do anything. And I will turn on the other camera as well if that happens.
They don't bug me. They don't bug me when they talk.
Yeah.
They know talking is you know what? They know talking is not against the law. And they know they cannot win on talk. So Canada, get out there and
Chalk
talk
up
a lot. Please.
Everywhere.
Anything you can do, chalk up. Treason is the reason. Let's chalk it.
Or whatever you want to write. You have the freedom of speech.
Summer vacation, best summer ever. It's time to get your sidewalk chalk. We're gonna draw on the sidewalk. Yeah, sidewalk chalk. What? Sidewalk chalk. 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 Yeah, you can make a mural on the sidewalk with your sidewalk chalk. Okay. You can make a message everyone will see in the place they walk. Yeah, you can even in your driveway, you got lots of open room, so much space. You can draw a rainbow, you can draw the sun, and you can draw the moon. You can draw the sky, you can draw a rocket ship, you can draw a plane. It's not against the law. The sidewalk chalk don't stain. Okay, you can make a masterpiece that won't fit in a frame. Make sure you take some pictures, cause it will wash out with rain.
Or the chalk washers.
Yeah, the chalk washers will wash it off too. That's for sure. But yeah, like I said, you have the freedom of speech right now as it stands in our country, and stand up for it. Go out and chalk whatever you want. I mean, Patty's chalking right now. Treason is the reason. And then another message revolving Soji. For those that don't know, with Soji, that's basically that gives that gives people the right to supposedly think they're. I'll use the gentleman in what's his name, Nicholas Cepeda. It's all over Rebel News. He goes by, yeah, you can Google it. Melody Wise Heart is what he goes by, and he identifies as a 12-year-old girl. And he goes to swim meets with 12-year. He competes in swim meets with 8 to 12-year-old girls. And then, of course, he's also going into the changing room, showering, cleaning up his body, exposing himself to 8 to 12-year-old girls.
Yeah, and he's competing with 12-year-old girls. But in the change room, there's kids that go in there. It's a public swim change room.
Yeah.
And he's on a swim team.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another commissar going by, or commissioner going by, I should say.
Treason is the reason. Betraying our country, turning a blind eye, that's why. Making it unsafe for girls in our country. You got little girls? Are you okay with the man exposing himself? Saying he feels like he's a woman? Are you okay with that? I'm not. Many parents aren't.
And I mean,
The government is.
I will definitely chime in on that. I mean, I have a daughter. She's almost an adult,
Yep.
but I wouldn't want some man walking in on her while she's getting changed.
Yeah, and it happened in Barrie, Ontario.
Yeah.
Parents were just blown away. Police officers were called, and they did nothing.
No,
They
well-
no longer enforce it.
Well, I wouldn't say they did nothing.
No, they did. They did nothing.
They did nothing regarding him,
No.
but yet,
Oh, they went after the parents complaining.
the parents complaining,
Yeah.
and David Menzies and Lincoln J
Yep.
were there filming,
That-
and the other camera person, I can't remember her name, that he has that goes with him, but yeah,
yeah.
they went after media
Yeah.
for trying to report it and getting the story out there.
And police officers are doing it.
Yeah.
So that's what makes them state police. Now they become state police officers.
Mhm.
They do not have courage, honor, integrity. You know what? They had to put a flag on the back of their vehicles. They had to put a flag on the back of their vehicles. And if they had religious beliefs that went against that flag, they still had to put a flag on there.
Yeah.
Because they had no choice.
Well, exactly.
That's and this is our country, only the Canada flag. But since this government with their sexual orientation, gender ideology, it was one day for Pride, but Pride season got infiltrated by this trans and by this MAPS, minor attracted persons.
Yeah,
They did.
I know.
And taken over by, nobody cared if you were gay, nobody cares. But I care about you reading to my children in school, in story time, drag queens, and I care about men exposing to my grandchildren on a swim team and thinking it's okay.
Well, I mean, like look at it this way. I mean, I'll bring up another situation. I think it's Windsor or Hamilton has a trans officer on the force, but yet in the summertime, this trans officer goes and plays on a men's baseball team. Go figure.
And in jails, they're allowed in jails when they've got women pregnant
Yeah.
and being raped in jails.
Yeah, exactly. And last time I checked, a woman couldn't get a woman pregnant. And a man can't get a man pregnant, obviously.
Look at it in Alberta and MPP, and you had to tell a man in a dress he was a woman. A woman.
Mm-hmm.
And your children have to say that man undressed is a woman. Get it? It's coming. And that man is going to punch you in the face, and that's okay, he's a woman.
Well, I mean, even look at the Olympics if you want to get down to it. Yeah, exactly. There was a male boxer.
Yep.
Decided I'm no longer a man. I'm transitioning to be a woman, and he's.
Or I carry the 2 chromosomes, but his males were dominant.
But yet they allowed him to fight against women in the boxing match.
And other things, they disqualified him and they said no, only as a male.
Yeah. Yeah, he did get disqualified, that's for sure.
It's like we don't let people take testosterone and let them take, steroids to compete in other competitions. Why would we let a man go into a women's competition and allow him to beat the shit out of him? I think it's okay. That's it, you know what I mean? And think it's okay for a man to be undressed and go on swim teams and then into the shower room and exposed to the minor girls. Traumatize our children, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay if drag queens read to our children. It's okay. They don't protect children. They're not even protecting their own children. That's what bothers me about all this. The children are the most vulnerable sector in society.
Exactly.
Children and elderly,
Mm-hmm.
and they went after both.
And I mean, I'll
And
say,
nobody protected
and I'll say it this way. I mean, like I said, I have a older daughter. I wasn't part of her life for all of her life, but that was because of reasons I don't want to get into on live. But like I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't want it happening.
This reason, trans are the
And
highest in our country.
you know, I mean,
Made our girls.
I look at it this way. I'd like children to be able to feel safe and have a safe place they can go. And in this day and age in society, they don't have it. And I mean, I look at it this way. Yeah, if I met somebody and we wanted to have children, I'm almost scared to father a child nowadays. You know,
Yeah, the medical procedures they're trying to force on them.
well, no, it's not just that. I mean, like
They mandated it.
like if I got with a woman that wanted, and she and I wanted to have children, she was able to have children, and we wanted to have kids, I wouldn't want to bring kids into this world right now, just because of that fact. I mean, if it happened, it happened. I mean, you know, you can't really, you know, if you're with somebody in a relationship, you can't really say, you know, oh, we're not gonna have any children, and because, you know, when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. They, you know, children come when. What? Why can't I have children at my age? I mean, you know, I'm old enough to be a grandfather, yes, but you know, would I still consider having children? Yeah, I'd love to actually be a father and raise a child. Oh. Yes, and I know people are going to say, oh, well, you can always marry a single woman who has kids. Yeah, I could, and raise those kids as if they were my own.
Depends on how old you are. I'm too old.
Well, yeah, but it's a little different for us guys.
Young guys,
It's,
just got gray hair. Is that what you're saying?
I have no problem saying how old I am, Patty, but you know how old I am anyway. No? I'm pretty close to your age. I'll say that.
You're too old.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Listen to yourself, a young 20, 30 years.
Well, yeah.
Plan and all that.
Hey,
No perverts.
hey. Love sees no age, Patty. If you fall in love with somebody who's in their 30s and you know they want to have, you know, if she wants to have kids, so be it. You know, if it happens, it happens.
So how old are you? Oh, here's the most treasonous traitor in the country. Let up higher.
Don't worry, sir. You'll get better soon.
You're so too sick of
I say that to everybody that wears masks.
Talking to your granddaughter in a change room because he says he feels like a woman. You made it so a man can put a dress on and say they're a woman in our country. Access to our children. Evil. Treason. That guy's one of the worst guys.
Oh, I know. I recognize him.
He's a mean, nasty guy. I don't even know.
I've
seen him a few times. He's
Yeah.
just kind of a mean man.
Yeah, I recognize the eyes,
Yeah.
but I recognize the face
I can't
shape.
remember who he is.
No, me either. But I'm bad with names. Unless I've gotten to know ya.
So I'm gonna say girls are not safe under Soji. And Soji. And Soji, girls are not safe. Right?
Right.
Or no Soji.
No to
What do
Soji.
you think?
I don't know. What's anybody sound off in the chat? What do you guys think?
And or no?
End or no? I know there's 3 people watching, so presently I can see it.
Vote.
You get a vote on this. End or no? End to Soji or no to Soji? Love to hear it from the chat. By the way, this is the back gate. This is where they sneak him out. Sometimes.
not safe
And Soji.
with Soji.
With Soji. Yeah, that actually sounds better, I think. We're not getting any votes in the chat. They're all a little, they're all a little scared. You have the right on here. Come on, people. You have the right to speak freely on here. I do not discriminate, anyone, unless you're being rude and vulgar to the extreme. And my mods that are always watching, they always know. And it's interesting though with the whole minor what did you call it, the other name for the P word?
MAPS, minor attracted person.
Minor attracted persons. Yeah, that's what that's what they call themselves. I know.
It's part of the sustainable development
Yeah,
goals of the
I remember.
Just like Soji is.
Yeah. I remember back east going to being invited to one of the meetings, and the MAPS were first presenting themselves to the LGBTQ community, and I was disgusted and walked out.
Sexual gender ideology.
So,
confusion in our country.
but of course everybody knows. Most of you on here know, and if you want to know about me, you can always look up on my lives. I do not disclose. I'm not afraid to disclose things, but it's not the time for me to be disclosing about me. This isn't all about me right now. This is about Miss Patty and her getting her message out. Lovely great grandmother from Saskatchewan. Yes, Ronnie, if you are watching, this is a fellow Saskatchewanian.
Yeah.
It's a Saskatchewanian or
Pride girl.
yeah. One of my mods is from Saskatchewan. She may be watching, but she may not be. It's hard to say. But you always tell.
If I'm your mom, that means I'm older than you.
No, you're not. You're
I'm 62.
You're 62.
Yes.
I will go by when I will give you the day. I will give you. I will give this a Stract 11. That's how old I am.
See, you're young 50s.
Exactly. Still young enough to have children.
You're 51.
Yeah, I turned 51 on my birthday. So I'm still technically 50.
I am your older
Sister. Yeah.
11 years.
But
Maybe I'm your aunt.
you could be my aunt, yeah. But hey, in our large family, we call each other brother, sister, moms. Even though you may be the same age as somebody, you still call them mom because they look at you like one of their kids. And that's part of what happened with the convoy. We became a family. And even people that came here after, like Patty. Because I don't think you were here during the original convoy.
I came for one day.
One day.
I came for a day from Saskatchewan to check it out to see what was going on.
You wanted to see for
And I
yourself.
stayed in a hotel, and it was nothing like what they said. It was quiet, and I came like February 8th. I stayed overnight February 8th, and then I went back.
Yeah. So there you go. Somebody that came to the convoy for a week.
For a day.
A day.
For a day here in Ottawa.
Yeah, a day here in Ottawa, and just to see it for herself. So she's one of the people that saw this going out live.
Check it out. I had to see this.
Yeah,
I
but you.
followed the convoy along the way, and the convoy woke me up. Pat King's lives woke me up.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what the winter roads were like because I was driving from Saskatchewan to Ontario. I was a government employee. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I watched Pat King's lives, and I couldn't believe the people that I see robbing and carrying and waving flags and bringing cookies
Mhm.
and handing,
Yeah.
stuff out to people as they were going all along, giving them money, giving them hope, and you know what I mean?
And from somebody that was here from day one. I mean, I'm a day oneer of the convoy, and I will say this: from somebody that was there day one, the most tear-jerking experience of the whole time for me, other than getting pepper sprayed, because that was a tear-jerking experience, but was all the love and all the hugs I was getting from people from all across Canada. Like I can actually openly say I've
That's the
hugged
nice thing about Canadian.
I've hugged people from Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, Newfoundland, Ontario, Quebec, Manitoba, Saskatchewan. Yeah.
That was what was missing in our country for such a long time because they were creating hate, division, right?
Well,
and
4
it
years,
was love and-
2 years of it. Come on. I mean, it started in 2020 when they locked us down, and then from there it was, they locked us down, and 2 weeks to flatten the curve. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Oh, that 2 weeks. Where did it happen? It came up into 2 years. Hong Kong. I don't know if that was for our people or just somebody randomly honking. And by the way, it does not mean what they said. It means in Parliament. Honk honk is not an acronym for hail that person, which I will not say. That was false information right there at its core. Wanting to spread their propaganda and lies. Ugh. So I'm gonna continue live. I'm not going to ending, but just gonna walk up this way for a split second. Walk by Pooh. Pooh, alert me if anything goes down, honey. Bark loudly. And there's Brian over there talking about Fistman's fraud, which has already once been brought up in Parliament very briefly, but it is going to be brought up back up in Parliament again. Well, this is the front side of the building, which Patty will be coming around. I believe this is where she's talking on this sidewalk here. This sidewalk right here is where she's talking about having the trucks that if you want to bring your own piece of chalk, if you live in the Ottawa area, and leave a message to our Prime Minister, this is the office of the Prime Minister and the Privy Council. So yeah, just thought I'd come around the side quick here. Big shot of our Parliament Hill there for you. I'm still getting used to doing these lives, of course, on my phone, so sorry for the quick movements. Apologize. 85 Spark Street, Blackburn Building. And of course, this is where our Prime Minister actually comes out to get us a caravan, which is usually meeting with him right here, parked right here. Myself and Daisy and Chris C2 and not some other independent, well, citizen journalists, as they call themselves. I don't call myself a citizen journalist, although I do fall into the under most people's guidelines. I fall under a citizen journalist, but I'm an independent media reporter. Because reporters report, journalists write. Just giving you that quick clarification, everybody. So, but it's okay if you want to call yourself a journalist. Call yourself a journalist. Whatever you feel that you want to call yourself, for a title in this field of work, it's all right. I don't have a problem. Never have a problem with anybody wanting to address themselves as a journalist or a reporter, because we both do the same work. Just a journalist, right? Traditionally, a journalist was the title that was given to somebody that wrote in newspapers or newsletters. That was traditionally the title for a journalist. I mean, it's coming from somebody who's worked in the field for since I was 16, from the time I was 16 years old. So I kind of sort of know what I'm talking about. I mean, I was a journalist back in high school for my school newspaper. I didn't really like newsprint because I'm not a writer. No, I mean, I fell in love with being a radio person. As I've often joked with many people online, I got a face for radio.
You got a little girl you can protect from this sexual orientation, gender ideology? Stop the SOGI. You're putting the safety of little girls at risk. Pedophiles can put a dress on and say they're a woman in Canada. Giving them access to our children, your little girls. You got a little girl, you got a sister, a mother. Are you protecting your paycheck? You are the traitors.
How are you today?
Very good.
Canada Post man going by. And I will definitely say this, Patty. I think you might have heard about this. I don't remember what city it was. I think it was somewhere here in Ontario. But there was Canadian postal employees that lost their job because they refused to deliver propaganda for the SOGI. I know for some probably this is not interesting, but hey, I'm watching her back, and I'm live as well while she's doing this. So, I mean, she's got her security dog here, but Patty, oh yeah. Well, I mean, if something did go down, she could easily hand off grab the walkie-talkie and say something.
I'm more worried about these guys over here.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on. They're carrying a baton, a taser, and a gun.
Taser in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've got tasers.
And I've seen them taser.
Oh yeah.
I got a taser waved at me, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah. Well, we both know somebody who's been tased. Very, very well. All because he had an almost empty can of beer in his hand.
That wasn't even the reason why they went after him. They went after Canadians for speaking out against government overreach.
Yeah.
And they have been selectively targeting Canadian citizens, speaking about government overreach and calling them criminals, calling them far-right conspiratorial, all kinds of names.
Yeah.
Nothing,
Yeah, we've been called every name in the book, both of us.
Great grandmother, and I've never been arrested or in trouble until I come to Ottawa.
Well, I can't say that one with a straight face. I was arrested. I've been arrested twice before I came to Ottawa, and illegally detained in Ottawa. I'll wait till Patty's done writing this little phrase, and I will go across the street and see what's going on the other side of the street.
You want to go get us a coffee and I'll buy?
I can, yeah. I'd have to end the live.
Yeah, in the live.
All right, I'm going to end this. I only got one person watching right now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, we love you. Your government doesn't.